Sorry about that, folks. I had to go relieve myself, and I was just letting people know. But on the other hand, also, we were talking about the BLM and the accounts. It's true. If you look it up, though, last few months they've been out under a lot of fire, and they really have. So uh, he misunderstood, which is fine. A lot of people misunderstand things. No reason for me to get mad and pissed off, but but black people might. But it's true.
God damn it! Where the fuck am I?
But it's true though. I gotta scoop my chair up.
Mhm.
But it's true though. It's terrible what the country has gone to. And yes, I can see where, yeah, everybody that's a United States citizen, if you're born here, if your parents, grandparents, everybody, no matter what race you are, you're here. And it's terrible for anybody to go through anything, but oh, the president, well, no matter what president's in office, Republican, Democrat, or Independent, it's like, wow, really? You're going to do this to us? I mean, Barack Obama did it to you black people, and you thought it was great, but not all black,
Let me say this though. You said every president. Now he's right there behind you, brother.
But wait a minute. But he's still
during his term.
No, wait a minute though. He said no. No, wait a minute. You guys got break on taxes. I didn't. I still believe in Trump. He did a lot of good, but also a lot of people
But he
don't
secured that border.
Okay, well, what did I do with my taxes? Went from this hand to that hand to go to over there, and then people
My
over there didn't deserve
federal
it.
was lower last year.
Yeah, exactly.
During his terms, than sorry, not last year, but during his terms.
I was going to say last year. Goddamn, we're
Than my state was. This year, my federal is now jumping towards my state. I was paying $5 into federal. Well, I was paying $10 to $11 into my state. Now I'm paying almost $12 into my federal. My state right now, and yes, I hate fucking Pritzker, I really do. $15 to $16 fucking dollars.
I'm just saying, though. He didn't pick up on this on the last time I was here. But Trump did a lot of good, yes. Trump really did a lot of good. But there's a lot of them details, and like I said, just like news, no matter what outlet you watch. But dig down deep, everybody's situation is different. His situation is different from my situation. Mine's different from his wife's. His wife's is different from his. So everybody's situation is different. If you see where I'm going, everybody's situation is different. He said those amounts on his checks for refunds or if it's paycheck. Everybody's is different. I get a check from the government. Yeah, it's my pension. I also get another check through my pension to the government because I was in service. So I get both of them tax-free and everything, but I earned them. I deserve that. But then I also work as a farmer. So everything that I get through my farm for my horse feed to my cattle feed, because I got both. Oh, by the way, if there's I got perch on draft horses, and I got long steer cattle.
So you'd be a rancher.
They tax me on both ends on that. Then they tax me on my farm ground. 1 year I planted beans on this side. The following year, that same year, I planted corn. Well then, yeah, the tax is the same, but then also, if I don't change it, but also it just, I plant corn on this side where my beans are planted, and I plant corn over here. But also, you can go a few years without swapping certain plots of ground, but they still tax me.
And you get no tax break as a vet?
No, because that I do, yes, and it's already been implicated. It's already been, I get all that. Okay. But they still got to tax me. They take my credits from that, and then I don't have to pay that. So if there's a difference, I say, well, you owe us $917 for your cattle, my credits pay that off, so I don't have to pay on it. And then, like, say, well, you still owe $1,200 for your horse feed and your boarding and whatever. Well, okay, fine, but sometimes, 99% of the time I don't have to pay on that because I have enough credit. Sometimes I may have to pay like $50 or something.
So for
or
those who
$70.
aren't really good mathematicians, you would say you'd pay 50% of the actual taxes that you're due, because
Some of
give you a
them.
50% tax break on most of it.
Some of it, yes. But like I said, I mean, and everybody, I mean, if you're not, you have people that are paying taxes and everything else. I'm not trying to make fun of nobody. I'm not trying to make a jab to anybody. But be tax smart, people. I mean, really, look into what your situation is. Because there's a lot of times to where they're like, well, god dang, I owe $800 to the state or the federal or for whatever. You owe both, and it's 100 here and 60 there. It's whatever. If you look into it, people, I mean, I'm not saying your tax people aren't good, but look into, okay, yeah, you know, Hewitt Jackson's got this deal going on, and TurboTax and whatever. Get you a tax person and see what they do for you for that first year. If they're the best, you know, one of the best that's in that field. And then, okay, and then the following year, if you want to keep that same tax person, that's great. But also, if you, okay, well, I've been going to Hewitt Jackson for 15 years. Hardly ever had a problem. But then also, if you go back to look, if you're paying or you receive a lot more than you pay, that's great. That's fine. Keep them. Do what you got to do. With us, my family's had the same tax people even before I was born, and it's switched to somebody else that's took over that business. So we deal with a lot of the same people. I'm not saying that the people watching it don't have that, but
Right.
keep it. Go with it. Yeah, just because Hewitt Jackson's going to say, well, here you can get half your refund or all your refund right away, $5,000, I think the last one I seen, or whatever, and it's like, that's good and great, but sometimes they come bite you in the ass, and I know from some friends that did that, and they came bit them back in the ass.
Now I hear in my ear one of our viewers, really faithful viewer, screaming in my ear. Her name's Karen. We won't hold that against her.
She's blonde.
At the moment.
She's blonde and anorexic.
But her question was, right where we are sitting, where does taxation without representation, where do the taxes end? Because we became our own country overtaxes. We're not going to be overtaxed. We're not going to pay this tax. We're not going to do this anymore. If you hear, our government is doing the same thing.
Yeah, but like we talked about this not too long within this segment.
You hear a little bit of it.
Certain people, depending on the situation, married couple, single, or whatever, we talked about this. Some people are taxed more than others. I will be, I know from experience and personal experience, I will be taxed more than you will. I will be taxed more than Lynn will. I will be taxed.
That's only because I haven't come up to your age yet.
I know, but I'm just saying. It's just okay, fine. Look at
that. If you go into a grocery store, though, you're going to get city, state, municipal, road tax, highway tax. What else we'll throw in there? When does it stop?
It don't stop, and it's never going to stop. But I'm just saying. Oh well, fine. He paid 30 cents on road tax. I'm going to end up like with me. I know I'm going to pay more on that. It's not going to quit. It's always going to be there. Also, another thing is, a lot of people are going to be blown out of the water, and it's the fucking truth. Look it up. Talk to wherever you're at. Okay, you go to Springfield. Yeah, everybody, all these people that live in Springfield, but that's why there's Leland Grove. That's why there's Woodside. And that's why there's all these little townships inside of Springfield.
Right.
Now, County Market over there where I go to Burger Bar over there. That's in Leland, that's in Southern View. Southern View also goes all the way out past 6th Street up to before Bob. Yeah, up to Bob Evans, and then you go down behind Quick and Easy, that's where it ends. Then you pick up Woodside that goes back where Showman's used to. So everything's all calculated. Now, because you can bring up maps and I'll show you where all these are at. Now, County Market is right next door to Burger Bar. Burger Bar has all these taxes, but then yet Southern View gets a bulk of them to keep the township up.
But that's the problem.
I know that's the problem.
What's wrong with the flat tax?
But goddamn, you're not in fucking Zimbabwe where they have one paved road and no stoplights. You're in frickin', look. That's what I'm saying. It's complicated. I mean, I know the gist. I know, and I looked all into everything, all that. But I'm just saying it's different where you live at.
He's been indoctrinated, folks.
No, where you're at. Taylorville is different. Taylorville is different from Stonington.
But see,
Stonington
that's
is
how they
different.
want you to see it.
No, that's not how they want you to see it. It's just the way it is.
No, they do. That way, then they keep taxing and taxing and taxing because you're going to be okay with it.
So then why? So basically, I've been with what I'm dealing with. I've been paying the same tax, and nothing's gone up for me since I was a kid.
Now, was that just because of the tax rate, or is that because also you're a veteran?
Because, well, veteran, and plus, my family's been in the communities where we farm at for so damn long. They cut.
So you get the farming tax break.
Yeah.
Now, for the normal blow Joe out there that doesn't get any tax breaks, how fair is it that the government goes, well,
it's
we're
not
going to
fair,
keep charging you?
It's not fair, but also, and I brought this up to you before you started YouTube, with a certain business here in town, it goes by the name JW. He treats people it's like that with somebody running the business. It's like that. So if you went down to Maridosh, Illinois, we have farm ground. And he said, well, I just bought 350 acres. I'm going to get, yeah, you're going to get all these benefits and everything else that owns that farm ground and everything else. But let me tell you what, you may not see them while you're alive, but your kids will see them. You see where I'm going? No, we don't. Of course not. Several viewers out there will know what I'm talking about.
No, I get it. It's just, at the same time, it's like, why can't we benefit from that now? And I would honestly be fine with a flat tax. As long as it go above 10%.
Well, that's just the way the fucking government works.
But we have allowed them to do that, though, haven't we? I mean, let's be honest, folks. We have.
Yeah, and like
the
I
government
said,
says this, and we roll the fuck over. Although we're supposed to be a proud nation.
Not
that
everybody,
we stand up,
and
we roll the fuck over.
And by the way, not everybody sits down and rolls over.
Well, no, others wouldn't have a channel right now.
But I'm just saying, and it's nothing against my friend here, and it's nothing against him. It's nothing against people I know that's out there. But I'm just going to come out and fucking say it. And if I hurt feelings, I'm sorry. It depends on your fucking name and how deep your fucking pocket is.
And
I'm just saying.
And
by the way, yeah, I was born with a silver tongue or silver fork, a spoon in my mouth. But let me tell you what, though. I earned for everything I fucking got to this day, just like my family members have. I'm not saying that this gentleman does not work his ass off to get where he's going in life, but let me tell you what, I was more fortunate with my family lineage than he was. But let me tell you what, though, every goddamn person, pardon my language, Lord, but we worked our asses off. And I would not be here today if I didn't work my ass off. Because if I didn't work my ass off and put my heart and my brain into working every day, even though I'm retired, I still work like a dog every day. Yeah, I might have 1 or 2 days I can go out and drink beer or get high or whatever, but I still work my ass off for that. And everybody else, like I said, I'm not trying to pick on nobody.
You're good.
I'm not poking fun of him or his old lady, but I'm just saying, everybody's different. Every situation is different. And like I said, I was born with me and my brother and sister were born with silver spoons in our mouths. But let me tell you what, though, we got ingrained from an early age when we first could pay attention and we could talk and we could see my mom and my dad and my grandparents. They said, just because we got this, you're going to earn everything you fucking got. Pardon my language. And that's the way it's been.
That's not the way it's been now. Now we got these people out there that think they're privileged to and entitled to it.
I know that, but I'm just saying my 5 kids, my son, he grew up in the age where he thought he was entitled, but he knew different. He come wise to it when Grandma and Grandpa and Great-Grandma and Grandpa talked to him. And when I and his mother talked to him. I got 2 sets of twin girls, 2 different moms, but let me tell you, let me tell you what.
That's our neighbor thinking he's tough shit.
But it's just my girls know, and they're like, well, yeah, mommy and daddy, they got all this and everything else, my grandparents. But you know what? They know they could have that done, but then they earn what they got. I mean, they've got jobs. They're only fucking 12 and 9 years old, and it's just like, yeah, they get an allowance and everything else, but it's like, you know what though? Really, seriously, oh yeah, we can go to my. They don't. Everybody, but also, like I said, everybody raises their kids and everything different. It's a day and age now. It's 22.
And most of the
And
parenting being done now isn't really called parenting. Let me tell you this right now, folks. I'm really happy about my 2 kids. I love them to death. Not as a parent. I'm really proud of them. Why? Because here we are. They were born in 2000. My daughter was born in 2001. My son in '03. But yet, they don't feel entitled. They went and worked.
But then yet they call them every day to ask for $20. I'm just fucking.
It's here and there. I might have $11 to spend.
I'm just fucking with you.
But you know what they have though? Both of them pitched together. They have their own damn house. My son, he bought himself his fucking car. They earned it. They worked their ass off for it. I am so proud of them because it's really rare to hear that from any parent nowadays in this generation. That, hey, my kids, I don't give them everything. No. My kids went out there and got what the fuck they have. They did it.
But so anyway, that's just the way it is. And like I said, we talked about it, but it's just like everybody's situation is different for taxes and everything. Everybody's situation is different. I mean, you can have somebody come and say, well, they're garnishing my wages and all that. Well, now they've gotten too much debt, or you took out too many loans, which isn't with that, or you had marital problems. One of the two spouses is getting something, and it's just one of them factors. Everybody's different, and it's just like he said. We talked about it, but we ground points. But it's just like you can sit there and beat it to death like a dead horse. It's just the way it is. And like I said, I'm not picking on nobody. Everybody's situation is different. I think
it's just too much control. At what point did we?
It is too much control.
Where do we drop our balls off? Is what I really want to fucking say. Where the fuck do we drop our balls off and let the government come in and tell us what the fuck we're going to do?
Goddamn, you know where the governor lives. You know which 2 areas he goes to. It's not that big of a thing where he's at, or if you want to just go straight to the goddamn White House. I mean, like I said,
we tried that. People are getting jailed now.
Well, goddamn it. But anyway, it's not right for the way it is, but it's just the way it is. I'm fed up with it. I know I am. I could fly off the handle about it, which I have. But it's just...
We both have. Multiple fucking times.
I mean, besides here on the program and wherever, but it's just... It's not right, but it's just like, what are you really going to do? I mean,
well, what can we do about it?
I mean, oh my God.
Is there anything we can do about it?
Yeah, but it's...
Okay, without getting in trouble.
Then well, no. Like you said, then no, there's nothing you can do about it unless you're going to get yourself in fucking trouble. And I'm sorry, but it's the way it is. And like I said, if you're black, white, Mexican, whatever, you can get in trouble, but shit has changed. Even if it's after a war when our boys come home from that. Shit changed though, because look what it took. Action like that. People got arrested or killed or hurt or whatever, and that is some kind of disabled from it if they got their leg broke and whatever. It's just the way it is. And things have changed, but that sometimes in this country that's what it takes. But there's also appropriate legal action you can take. But it's just whatever you want to take to go against the action. It's there. But it's there. I mean,
But the government doesn't have a right to come in and tell us how to live. The government should charge the government. Be in charge of the government.
Okay, what is today? What is today?
I do believe it's the 13th.
What is today? Not the date. What is today? Saturday, correct?
Correct.
Was the government at your door today telling you what time you should be up to go to work?
Sitting going there? No, they're not.
Okay. Was the government at your work today during the week saying you had to work this many hours this week?
No, the government doesn't control the mundane life.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. They're controlling things on a different level and everything. But so that's why I'm saying a lot of people saying, "Well, God dang, well,
the government doesn't have the right to change or how we."
But I'm just saying though, from what I've been told when I'm watching this, there's like, well, the way he portrays it, which is you think the way they portray it is like, well, he's saying government runs his whole life from the time he gets up to the time he goes to bed.
No, the government.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know.
Life outside of my mundane life, and that is, the government wants to lead social change in the fucking country. No, that's not your fucking job. The government wants to overtax. The government wants to come and tell you how a business should be run. No, that's not your job. Your job is to run government. Your job is not to run the people. Outside of my mundane life, I know what my mundane life is. I'm thankful for it. I wake up, I go to work, come home, take a piss, take a shit, go to bed. That's fine. Beyond that, the government should have no right at all to tell me how the fuck I should think, what the fuck I should say. But that's what they're doing.
You are, I mean, like with me, you are a free person. You can stand out there on our balcony and say, I'm a free white motherfucker and I hate y'all goddamn niggers. That's a freedom of speech. They can call law, your neighbors can call law on you. But they're not going to arrest you, they're going to give you a warning. I mean, that's just one of the things. It's called freedom of speech for a reason. Yeah, you can go to a certain extent. But it's just like, hey, you're free to do whatever the fuck you want on that shit. Also, like, well, if you wanted to go outside and pee off your balcony when it's daylight out, that's fine. But then also, they can get you for a decent exposure. Because, if you know what I'm saying, it's you can do whatever the fuck you want. Just like with, well, you know, you go over to taxing this, taxing that on these people. I go to work at such and such job like you do. It's like, but if the government don't do that, we wouldn't have a government. And it's not right the way to do it or whatever else. I'm just saying, they've got to do what they got to do. Because let me tell you what, if they didn't have that, like I said earlier, we would be speaking Chinese, German, or Vietnamese right fucking now.
And I can understand the laws and the bylaws. That's fine. We need law and order. That's not what I was going on.
No, but you're saying taxes. Taxes have to do with law and order.
No, taxes have to do with all the fucking money.
So what you're saying is that...
Let's not forget that a bunch of the states around here wanted to defund the police there, brother.
I know, but what you're trying to say is that you don't think you're getting your slice of pie.
No, what I'm trying to say is the government should have fucking my life. If I want to believe in what I want to believe in, that's my belief. Yeah. And no, I do not believe that any colored person is ignorant or should be a slave. No, that's not what I believe.
I didn't say that.
No, but just because the government wants to throw it out there, and trust me, they have. They just done it through news agencies. It is their agenda. That's their belief. That's not mine. But yet they're pushing it upon everybody else. Still the fuck out of my life. Let me believe what I want to fucking believe.
Like I said, are they knocking on your door, calling you every day, so you shouldn't say this or do that?
No, they don't run my mundane life. My mundane life is what I do. I go wake up, take a shit, go to work, come back home.
But that's not how you're...
What I am saying is the government has no right to come in. You know, I mean, like, come in. They're using the media for that. I get on my news feeds every fucking minute on my damn phone.
Yeah, but I've shown you ones that you haven't seen before that was on the media, and you had no fucking inkling or clue that was going on. But it has something. But
I get news break. That's the stuff I go to news.
But I'm just saying, you know, and that's what I'm saying. It's just, you know, and like I said, I know, and I know what you're talking about. But god dang, it's people just don't like. I see where you're going, but it's like, really, seriously. But that's what, you know. Everybody has their own things, but it's just like, you see me calling the government right now, saying all that, you know, and it's But I know where you're going. But it's like really. But yet, if you really look at it, you are basically free. The only thing they're taxing is your paycheck. They're not taking taxes when you pay rent. They're not taxing you on your electric bill. They're not. Yeah, it's all in that. But I'm just saying is that.
No, instead it hits you where it hurts, and I hate this shit. I want to get rid of it. Let's talk about the fucking income tax. Really, you're gonna tax what the fuck I make? Like I'm already paying city.
Oh, and by
state.
the way, he put himself in that position from what you told me.
Go ahead.
Back child support. They're gonna get for people. I'm not trying to piss you off, but I'm just saying you're not the only one in that boat, or people with back taxes, or whatever it is. They're gonna
No,
get
because the legal issues aren't go into that. I don't know why I got behind.
But I mean, no, I'm just saying. I'm not going into. That's all I know is that. But I'm just saying it. That's one factor in that shit against certain people. So if you want to get complicated, well, that's one main reason on certain people. Some people, when they go to work, they work 40 to 60 hours a week. If they're back on taxes or child support or whatever it is, out of the 10 things,
Or
and they
even the
rent.
regular blow schmo that isn't even back on child support. He's paying his child support. Give that motherfucker the hours because they're fucking working.
Do what now?
Even if he isn't behind child support, he's paying child support, or she. They're paying the child support. Give them the fucking hours because they need it. They're missing an extra 25, 50 bucks, 140, 260, upwards of 100, up to 1,000 something on the check.
And that's another thing.
Give them the hours.
And that's another thing. I know several managers and people that are retired